YouTube, how goes it? Truck broke down. It needs a new starter. Let's get to it. Underneath the hood of this majestic old hot rod here, got the battery. Whenever you're gonna go replacing starters or electrical components, you always want to disconnect this thing. Otherwise, you run a risk of electrifying yourself, and you don't want to do that. So we're gonna disconnect this quick, and then we'll raise her up. Truck going up on a Monday. Let this starter be compliant, please. Alrighty. So, right there, got a starter. Got a bolt there. Bolt. Come on now. Focus. Got a bolt there and a bolt there. On these older classic rigs like this, you can find yourself using a lot of standard stuff, like a 9/16. 9/16 are for the two bolts right there and there. We're gonna get those things taken off and slide this bad boy out. Engineers have a sick sense of humor. I'll be the one to say that. But out with the old, in with the new. Somehow managed to crack that. And I think what the main cause was focus. Focus. There you go. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. But there's some green going on right there. And what would happen was you turn the key and then the motor would spin, but it wouldn't shoot the armature out to spin the flywheel to turn that over. So that might have been the whole cause, but with the way starters cost, or the price of them, nowadays you're just better off getting a new one. And you gotta be kind of a contortionist to get them out. I wasn't able to film it because you had to hold it and take the wires off. This is the power side, I believe. Maybe that is. I don't honestly remember. But those two go on the solenoid. That is a 13 mil, and this is a 5/16 or 8 mil, whichever one you have. And then to get the starter out, you got to slide it back and then raise the rear end up and then twist and then come down. That's a process. So now just got to put the new one in, reconnect the wires, and back in it goes. Stuff always goes back in easier than it does coming out. It's back in place. Bolts are tight. I put a little bit of anti-seize on it because more than likely it's a remanufactured starter. At some point it's going to come back out. So if you want to make it easier on yourself. This one did not have any shims in it. Some starters do, some don't. This one didn't. But from what I'm seeing, everything looks straight and everything looks true. And there weren't any shims on the old one, just for reference. So let's drop her down, reconnect the battery, see what happens. Battery's hooked up. Don't mind that. We won't look at that part. Moment of truth. Mente. Everything's working. No strange noises, so the starter's lined up. I would say a job well done. And even though this was an older truck, the same principles can be used for replacing starters on anything from vehicles to equipment to trucks to motorcycles, you name it. So hopefully this helps. You guys have a good night. I'll see you later.